In this video, we are going to be installing Joomla using XAMPP, using the local host. We are going to install it offline and we are going to be working offline. So if you want to go by the option of installing Joomla offline, first of all, you have to install XAMPP. So in the previous video, we have done what? We have installed XAMPP. Now we are going to install Joomla, but the first thing is to make sure XAMPP is running, that my SQL and Apache is running. So come to your desktop, click on XAMPP. It open the XAMPP control panel. Make sure Apache is running and MySQL is running. If Apache and MySQL is not running, you click on Start. Make sure they are running. So the next thing you're going to do is now go to the exercise folder that came with your course. In the exercise folder, you see a folder called Joomla 1.5. Come over here, right click on the folder, click on copy. Now we're going to copy the contents of this folder, everything in this folder. We're going to copy the entire folder to the folder in which we installed our XAMPP. If you can remember, during the installation, we installed our XAMPP into Drive C. So come over here, select local disk. Now you see a folder named XAMPP. Double click to open the folder. Then inside XAMPP, you see another folder, HT documents. Open this folder. We are going to paste our Joomla here. So now right click any empty space and select paste. You can see we have pasted the Joomla 1.5 folder inside our HT documents inside XAMPP. Now what we are going to do is that we are going to rename this folder to the name of the site you are creating. So right click on the folder, select rename. Now we can call it my site. Enter. So we have now renamed that folder into the name of the site we are creating. We are creating 10 sites. That means you have to copy Joomla 10 times. We are creating 5 sites. You have to copy Joomla 5 sites, and then we have to rename them. Each time we copy Joomla, we give the site a different name depending on the name of the site you are creating. So if you are creating a site for, say, BSc Solutions, copy Joomla from the desktop or from your DVD, come out to your HT docs, open from XAMPP, and then paste the folder, and then rename the folder to the name of the project you're handling in that particular moment. So as a way of checking, make sure the folder is up to 14.7 megabytes. If you are installing Joomla 1.5.23, you are copying from the DVD, make sure it's up to what? 14.7 megabytes. And if it's less than 14.7 megabytes, that means it was not completely covered. It was not completely what? Copied. Now, the next thing you're going to do is to go to your Internet Explorer or your Mozilla Firefox or any browser you want to use for your development, like Google Chrome. Then type in the address bar local host /php myadmin. Enter. Now the phpMyAdmin enables you to create and manage a database. Since we are developing a database-driven website, we must create a database. So we are going to create a database using phpMyAdmin. This is phpMyAdmin. To go to phpMyAdmin, type localhost /phpMyAdmin. So we are going to create a database. We are going to type the name for the database. You can call it anything. We can call it my site. That's the name of the database we have created. Is what? My site. Click on what? Create. Database, my site has been created. So we have created a database. So the next thing we are going to do now is to install Joomla. So to install that Joomla, we have copied the Joomla from our exercise folder to our XAMPP. Now what we are going to do is that we want to install the Joomla and link it to the database we have just created. So go to the address bar, type localhost slash the name of the site you're creating. As in, when you copy Joomla, you rename the Joomla to the name of the site you're creating. So you're going to put that name, localhost slash that name. So in this case, it is my site. So localhost slash my site. Enter. Now this is the Joomla installation. Joomla uses what is called the web-based installation, in which you use a web browser to install Joomla. The first thing to do is to select your language, English. Click on Next. Now click on Next. Now this is the agreement, the GNU General Public License. Read the license. If you agree, click on Next. This is the database configuration page. This is a very, very important page. Now on this page, the first thing you see is the host name. And this is a constant. Always type localhost. Localhost. Then the username is also another constant, which is what? Root. Then leave the password space blank. And now the database name. Remember, we created a database from PHPMyAdmin. So you're going to enter the name of that database that will be created from PHPMyAdmin. And in this case, the name of the database was my site. Enter my site. Then click on Next. Click on Next. Now this is the main configuration. Now from the main configuration, you're going to enter the name of the site you're creating. In this case, in this course, we are going to be creating a site for a pharmaceutical company, and the name of the site is going to be Biopharm. So that's the name of the site, Biopharm. And we are going to enter the email address of the administrator of the site, of the person that is going to take charge of the development of the site. And it is support. So you enter your own email address. You enter your own email address at this point. Then now, Joomla has two ends. We have the front end, the site that people can see, and we have the back end, where only the administrator can see, as the person designing the site. So now, since it is only the administrator that can see the back end, that means the administrator requires a password to be able to access the back end. So you're going to enter the password that is going to be used by the administrator to access the back end. So let's call it ability. I've created a password, and the password is ability. So we type the password, ability. Now click on what? Next. No sample data or other data installed. Click OK to continue. Now, Joomla gives you the possibility of installing sample data. It automatically installs sample data for you. But we don't want to install sample data. We want to design our website from scratch. So click on OK. Now, congratulations. Joomla is now installed. And there's a warning that please remember to completely remove the installation directory. You will not be able to proceed beyond this point until the installation directory has been removed. This is a security feature of Joomla. So Joomla has been installed. Now, for you to be able to proceed beyond this point, you have to go and remove the installation directory. What is the installation directory? How do you remove the installation directory? Where can you find the installation directory? To remove the installation directory, you have to go back to your XAMPP folder. Go back to htdocs. This is the site we just created. We copy this site, this Joomla folder here, and rename it to my site. So you have to open that folder. When you open the folder, you now see a folder that is called installation, or a folder named installation. Right click and then select what? Delete. Are you sure you want to remove the folder installation? Yes. Now the folder installation has been what? Deleted. Then you can proceed to your site. If you type localhost slash my site slash the name of your site, it will take you to your front end. This is your front end. We have been able to use Joomla to generate a site. an empty site, you are starting from scratch. And then if you want to go to the back end of your site, you type localhost slash the name of your site, in this case my site, slash administrator. This takes us to the back end of our site. Localhost slash my site takes you to the front end, while localhost slash my site slash administrator takes you to the back end. And you can see, to be able to access the back end, you require a username and password. So it is only the administrator that can access the back end, while everybody can access the front end. The back end, to access it, you must enter your username and password. And in this case, our username is what? Admin. And the password we created was ability. Okay. And this is the back end of our site. This is where we design our site. We have so many options to design and maintain our site. We have sites, menus, contents, components, extension, tools, and others. And we are going to use this to design our sites. And anything we do from the back end, any change we make from the back end, will now be reflected on the front end. So we have the front end, the content delivery application, which is the site that people can see. And we have the back end, the content management application, which is where you develop your site. If you can remember, we said Joomla has two elements: the front end content delivery application and the back end content management application. So to access the back end, you require the administrative username and password, but anybody can access the front end. So we design our sites here, and whatever we do, whatever design we make, will be reflected on the front end.